Christmas has offered to make all purchases for Christmas gifts well in advance of the holidays. It says here, send us the names and ages of your loved ones, and we will gladly relieve you of the irksome necessity of Christmas shopping. Huh. I don't know, Doctor. Is there no Christmas spirit left in the world anymore?
Afraid not, Chris. Christmas is commercialized. It's big business. And the spirit is lost in the crowds that pack the stores.
No. Underneath all the hustle and bustle, I know people still believe in Santa and all that Christmas stands for. Now, what would you like for Christmas?
I'll tell you what I want. An X-ray machine. We've needed one for years.
Then you shall have it.
Chris, if I get an X-ray machine, I'll know you're Santa Claus.
Just wait. You'll see. What is it, Doctor? Something on your mind?
Actually, yes. You know I've been fighting the board of directors for years now, but they finally overruled me and issued a definite order. I hate to tell you this, Chris, but you're going to have to leave Maplewood home. There's nothing more I can do.
But I don't understand. Maplewood is my home.
Chris, the laws of the state of New York and Maplewood's charter only allows us to keep the elderly as long as they're in good mental and physical health.
Well, what's the matter with me? You said yourself that I'm better than 90% of your patients. Or I passed all of your tests, but I still remember the last one. 3 plus 5 equals 8. 20 minus 15 equals 5. The word reliability means the same as responsibility. And physical coordination. Look, 1, 2, 3.
You've been alert and exceptionally skillful, but it's this Kris Kringle business. You know, we talked about it before.
You mean because I'm Santa Claus?
Well, yes.
Well, that happens to be the truth.
Unfortunately, the board doesn't believe in Santa Claus. Therefore, you're not, well, acceptable.
So, I'm not sane because the board of directors doesn't believe in Santa Claus.
That's one way of putting it.
I see. Well, what do we do now?
Well, we had a plan with the Mount Hope Sanitarium to help.
That house? No. There is nothing wrong with me, and I will not be sent to a sanitarium.
It's really up to you, Chris. If you leave Maplewood, nobody will bother you. Can we talk about it again? In the morning.
Well, hello, Jim. How are you?
Kris Kringle, nice to see you. How are you?
Fine. Couldn't be better. How are those boys of yours doing?
Getting fat and lazy and it's most of your fault. You sure haven't run a candy with a camel. Why? I've fed and crushed little scooters for a dozen years and I can't get near them. So what brings you here? On your way to the parade?
Jim, I may need a place to stay.
What about Maplewood home?
Well, it's just for a few days. Can you hook me up?
Well, certainly, this is plenty of room. It's all right.
Fine. I'll be on my way then.
All right.
Come on, Mommy. Come on, Daddy.
No, if there were just snow on the ground, this would be a perfect day.
Good morning, No. Yes, Miss Walker. Hey, the first band to be on their doors are about to begin the parade. Yes, Miss Walker.
Does anyone know the line that the 10-man ran off to?
You can't expect me to know everything.
Out of my way, watch where you're going.
But Santa!
Now, girlie, can't you see I'm busy?
Mrs. Walker. Mrs. Walker, I believe you have a problem with our Santa Claus.
You've allowed me. It's all in the wrist.
Oh, you think so? And what makes you such an expert, my dear sir?
Oh, how can you allow yourself to get
But Miss
Now
Walker...
you can have all the personnel here at Macy. You're disgraceful. You're fired.
Simply disgraceful behavior. Go turn in your suits.
Indeed.
I was thinking Mr. Macy had seen it.
I think Mr. Gamble had seen it.
You're right, Mrs. Walker. It's absolutely shameful.
But now what are we going to do about Santa Claus? Are you afraid of that?
Well, I don't know. Perhaps we could...
Oh, word. So, did you have Santa Claus?
Have you had any prior experience?
Well, a little.
Then you have to help us out, please.
You there? No. Back in here on this float over here. Oh, my Lord.
Madam, I am not in the habit of substituting for spurious Santa Clauses.
Please, sir. If you don't do it, we won't have a
Mrs.
Santa.
Walker, I cannot look this grade any longer. We're simply going to have to start with how to say it for.
Look at their eager little faces. All right, I'll do it.
Oh, thank you so much.
Fine.
Oh, look! It doesn't even need any candy! Susan? Oh, hello, Chloe. Have you seen Susan?
Hello, Mrs. Walker. Susan is over at Uncle Fred's apartment watching the parade. Isn't it exciting?
No, not really. I don't care if I never see another parade again. All I want to do is take a hot bath. You call over and tell Fred I'll be there in a few minutes.
Yes, Mrs.
Thank you.
Well, looky there. That's Jack the Giant killer now with you. And I bet you that big fella's a giant.
Of course, but there are no giants. Really?
Well, maybe not now, Susan. But in the olden days,
People sometimes do grow very tall, but that is normal. Mom told me.
maybe your brother's right. But I believe in giants anyway.
Fred, Susan!
Come on in, Doris. Would you like a cup of coffee?
Thank you.
Look, there's Santa Claus. He looks better than the last one.
Oh, yes, he was Santa Claus. I had fired him when I tried it.
Why?
Well, you really condition the handyman last week.
Yes.
Yes, well, Santa was even more disgraceful.
Well, I can see your mother doesn't believe in Santa Claus.
But I don't believe in Santa Claus either.
Susan, how long? I have to have a little talk with Mr. Bailey. Fred, I don't want you filling Susan's head with myths like the Tooth Fairy or Santa Claus.
What harm does it?
Because I believe in being truthful with Susan. The little girls growing up thinking their whole life is a fairy tale, and subconsciously they sit around waiting for Prince Charming to come in when he doesn't.
Doris, I know you've had a tough grade. You loved someone and you trusted them. And one day you woke up and found out how wrong you've been. But not all men are like
Fred,
that. I just wish you'd give me a chance to prove it. I'm sorry. All right, Doris.
I've had my fingers burned once. Come along, Susan.
Thanks, little friend.
Yes, thank you for being so kind to Susan.
And same to me with the sales department. You are by far the most authentic Santa Claus we've ever had.
You were so convincing with the children. They actually thought you were real.
Well, I see you're ready for work. Mr. Shellhammer has suggested that you begin the part as Santa Claus here at Macy.
Well, I'm very happy to accept the job, Mrs. Walker.
Very well, Mr.
Kringle.
Yes, Mr. Kringle. Mr. Shellhammer will go over salary with you.
Oh, that's all right.
Oh, well, very well, Mr. Kringle. Mr. Kringle. Well, I hope you'll be very happy. Mr. Shellhammer will order you to the toy department. Thank you.
Welcome to Macy, Mr. Frank.
Our Santa suit has never looked better.
Oh, well, thank you.
Here's a list of toys that we first. If a child comes in and asks for a toy you do not carry, you're to select one from this list. You understand?
Well, yes, I understand, but shouldn't we give the children what they want?
Well, yes, of course, that is our motto.
your name? Jake. And what do you want for Christmas?
A red fire engine.
A red fire engine. And what do you want on that fire engine?
His real horse and a sounds in the house.
Oh, that's good. I'm sure you'll get one because I know you've been a good boy. Off you go.
Why is this happening? We're not paying for that kind of fire. I want everyone.
Oh, but you can get them at the Acme Toy Company at 246 West 26th Street. They're $8.50, a wonderful bargain.
I don't believe this. Are you sending me to another school?
Well, I most certainly am. The important thing is to make the youngster happy, isn't it? Very well, who's next? Ah. And what was your name, young lady?
Judy.
Judy, and what is your most important Christmas wish?
I would walk and talking $1,000.
Now, Judy, sweetheart, we discussed this already.
You shall have one.
But Santa, I look all over.
The FAO Schwartz will have the dollar she wants. Just tell him that Chris Green will send you.
How wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, now who's next? Hello there. And what is your name?
Sally.
Sally. And what is your most important wish this Christmas?
I want skates.
Skates. Have you been a good girl? All right. Then you shall have them. Off you go. Oh, ma'am, I advise you to get the skates at Gimbel's. She'll have just the size and style that she needs to support your little ankles.
Gimbals? I can't believe my ears.
Gimbel's?
Giggles? Of all places?
Well, whether Gimbel's or Macy's or anyone sells the toy makes no great difference, does it?
No, certainly not.
Look at this Walker immediately. We have to talk to at least this neighbor place that was effectively convenient.
But it's a sledgehammer.
It certainly is inconceivable. If Mr. Mason had heard what just happened to the doctor, heaven only knows.
Yes, it's a sledgehammer. Excuse me, I this is a real Christmas spirit. I will never forget it.
Oh yes, I'm gonna be a regular Macy shopper from now on.
And thank you for this tremendous home service. Mrs. Shelby, listen to this note I just received. Macy Santa is actually being helpful instead of purely commercial. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, I think it's a wonderful idea.
Well, of course you think so, and I think so. And the mothers think so. But when Mr. Macy thinks so.
Now you wait right here, Susan.
Hello?
Please help me out, Santa. I'm afraid my little friend over here doesn't believe in Santa Claus. And if you get a Christmas wish from her, I'll arrange to have another tree Christmas morning.
Hello, young lady. I'd like to talk to you for a moment. What is your name?
Susan Walker.
Susan Walker. What would you like for Christmas, Susan Walker?
Whatever I want, my mother will get me. Provided, of course, isn't too expensive.
Oh.
You are merely the gentleman my mother employs to replace part of Santa Claus. She says you're a little better than most. Anyways, your beard was real.
Oh, it is real. Go ahead, give it a pull.
Susan. Hello, Mother. Susan, come here.
Sit and wait here while I have another conversation with Mr. Daly.
Doris,
Fred, have you in my office, please?
come right over. Oh, my goodness. Why is she crying?
Orphanage in Holland. She doesn't understand English at all. She hasn't said a word since we arrived 4 days ago. I'm very concerned.
Santa Claus?
She's so frightened of everyone.
Yeah, what is he around, comrades?
Eureka.
Marita. What uncle is sir?
I'm making English ahead.
Oh, he is okay. Deine Arme, wenn ich glücklich und tot, in deinen Armen einer andere Masse.
Lord, can you hear it over at Creighton?
I'm right
see, some sweetness.
I'm sorry, but I just can't see that there was any harm done.
Mother, did you see that? That Santa did the most wonderful thing.
Mr. Pringle, can I see you in my office, please? Susan, Mr. Pringle is just an employee at the store, like the doorman or the onion or anyone else.
Yes, I know. But when we started taking ducks out, well,
I speak French, Susan, and it does not make me Joan of Arc.
yes, but you should have seen the twinkle in her eye.
Nice to see me, Mrs. Walker.
Yes, Susan.
Hello, Susan Walker.
Mr. Pringle, you are an employee at the store, is that correct?
Yes.
And you are not Santa Claus, because of course there is no such person, really.
Well, I hate to contradict you, but there most certainly is. I stand here to prove.
No, I don't do anything. I want to be perfectly honest in front of my child.
I am being perfectly honest.
Miss Adams, would you please bring our new Santa's employment card? Sir, what is your name?
Chris Pringle.
No, your real name. Miss Adams, please read me the card. Last name Kringle. First Chris. Age as old as my tongue and a little bit older than my teeth. Yes, that would be all, Miss Adams. Thank you.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Fred, would you mind taking this to the phone?
Sure.
Mr. Pringle, I'm sorry to inform you that I'm going to have to let you go of all the responsibilities for this. It is my job to look after the welfare of the children that you come in contact with. Now, I don't want any trouble, Mr. Pringle. Miss Adams will assign you 2 weeks severance pay. Is that acceptable? Yes, come in.
Mrs. Walker, Mr. Macy wants to see us both in his office, by the way.
What do you suppose he wants?
I have no idea, but he seems to turn himself. Please.
Probably heard about Mr.
Pringle.
Mr. Pringle. Mr. Pringle, please wait here.
And cabinet marketing department instituted an immediate store-wide change of policy. Not tomorrow, today. Immediately. Go! Come in. Oh, yes. Welcome, Mr.
Mr. Macy.
Well, suppose you're wondering why I called you in here today.
Miss Mason, I'm so sorry about this.
Congratulations! This is the biggest goodwill idea that has ever hit a store. Why, it's revolutionary. Macy Santa Claus recommending gimbals. That's all with a real Christmas spirit. Why, the results are bound to be phenomenal. You must, by all means, keep this fellow playing Santa Claus. My own grandson was convinced he was real. I am delighted. Whose idea was it?
Well, now I can't take it forward.
Both you can expect immediate ratings. Which won't gimbal get a load of this.
Yes,
Thank you, Mr. Macy.
yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Well.
How can you believe I just fired our perfect Santa? Why? Well, I had to, Mr. Shellhammer. He's crazy. He thinks he's the real Santa Claus.
Doris, I don't care. He thinks he's the red body, but you get him back. If you don't, all will be lost. Mr. Mason will have us both fired.
Mr. Shellhammer, we have to think of the welfare of the children. Maybe this is how our mother Santa Claus to carry out the
Mr.
same
Macy
policy.
brought his grandson to see Chris this afternoon.
Well, we're going to have him examined by a company psychologist at least.
All right, but don't say a word until after Tori's report.
Mr. Kringle, how very witty you are. Mr. Kringle, I'm so glad you're still here. I have reconsidered, and you can have your job back.
Thank you, Mrs. Walker, but I must decline.
But why?
Frankly, I don't like your attitude. Nor Mr. Shellhammer's neither. Goodbye.
No, Mr. Kringle. Mr. Kringle, ever since you've been here, your helpfulness and kindness has spread such a sensation here, Macy's. You must stay. way and keep spreading joy.
You have clearly indicated your disbelief. That is enough for me.
Mr. Kringle, I'm afraid if you don't stay, it might be my job. Oh. Please, Mr. Kringle, won't you stay? It's Christmas time.
Well, if that was the case, then I most certainly must say I can't have you losing your job. Not so soon before Christmas. Think of your little girl.
Yes, thank you, thank you. Isn't that lovely?
Mrs. Walker, for the past 50 years or so, I've become more and more concerned about Christmas. It seems that we're all so busy trying to beat the other fellow and making things run faster or look shinier or cost less that, well, Christmas and I sort of become lost in the shuffle.
No, I don't think so. I think Christmas is still Christmas.
No. Christmas is more than just a day. Christmas is a form of love. And that's what's getting lost in the shuffle. And that's why I'm glad I'm here, because well, maybe I can do something about it.
So lovely. Yes, well, thank you, Mr. Kringle. Thank you. Miss Adams. Miss Adams, would you please look up a neighborhood home in Will County? Put me here. Mr. Kringle, could you please stop by my office at your earliest convenience to speak with Mr. Sawyer?
Mr. Sawyer?
Yes, Mr. Sawyer is our vocational guidance expert here at Macy's. All the employees undergo a sort of examination before they get hired, but you could kind of bypass that requirement.
I suppose it's one of those mental exams.
Yes.
Well, don't you worry. I've had them before, and I've passed them all with flying colors.
Very well, very well. Thank you.
Lots of relief.
Yes.
Mr. Kringle. Who's the first president of the United States?
George Washington.
3 times 5.
15.
How's your eyesight?
Good.
Your memory?
Never better.
Your hearing good?
One of the best.
How many fingers do you see?
3. Oh, and I see you're biting your nails. You're quite a nervous person, aren't you? Do you sleep well at night?
Oh. Well, that's no concern. How much is 3 times 5?
You've asked me that already. You know, parents' habits out here are often a sign of
Mr. Kringle, this behavior is inappropriate.
Are you not happy at home?
That will be all. You may go.
Oh, thank you. And it's been a pleasure meeting you, sir. But I must say, you need to get out more. Get some exercise. Relax. Have a good time. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Kringle. Dr. Pierce from the Maplewood Home. Oh, yes. Thank you for stopping by, Dr. Pierce.
I received your message. I'm only too happy to talk about Chris. There are a few things I think you should know about him. Chris has some definite peculiarities.
Well, yes, we discovered that.
I certainly agree with that assessment.
Chris is absolutely harmless. There are thousands of people leading perfectly normal lives with the same mild delusions. He's incapable of harming anyone. His delusion is for good. He just wants to be friendly and helpful. Yes. My only concern is for Chris's welfare. I think maybe someone should keep an eye on him. Well, after working hours, that is.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Pierce. And we'll make sure that all of your suggestions are completed.
Well, thank you.
Miss Walker, this man Kringle does have a definite fixed delusion. He's kept on here. I will not take any responsibility.
Well, then I will. The doctor has said all is necessary for someone to watch over Kringle.
I think that's perfectly logical. After all, we cannot go against Mr. Macy's wishes. And I believe you're just a little bit job, Miss Walker.
I live alone with my daughter, Miss Salesman. How can I say with me?
My boy is away at school. I guess you could stay with us. I have an extra room.
Wonderful.
But I'll talk with Mrs. Shellinger first, and that'll take a little doing. I'll tell you what. Take Kringle home for dinner. I'll ring up after I talk to Esther.
Miss Chloe, that was a superb dinner.
Thank you.
You know, I've come by this tummy through many years of hearty eating.
Sorry about the venison steak I brought over, Chris. I just wasn't thinking.
It's not that I'm a vegetarian. I love steak or pork or mutton, but deer meat, I just couldn't.
Of course not.
Well, Chloe, I have to make a phone call, but after it's all the dishes. Meanwhile, maybe Fred and Chris.
I'll go with the dishes.
Thank you.
All right, what should I call you?
Well,
My mother says you aren't really Santa Claus.
oh. Susan, what sort of games do you play with the other children?
Oh, I don't play with them very much. The games they play are silly.
What sort of games?
Well, today they were playing zoo. All of them were animals. They asked me what kind of animal I wanted to be. I didn't want to be an animal, so I didn't play.
Well, why didn't you tell them you were a lion or a bear?
Because I'm not a lion. I'm a little girl.
But they weren't real animals either. They were just pretending.
That's what makes games so silly.
Oh, I don't think so. Pretending can be fun. All it takes is a little imagination. You know what imagination is.
It's when you see things aren't really there.
Well, not exactly, no. To me, imagination is a place all its own. A very wonderful country. You've heard of the British nation or the French nation?
Yes.
Well, this is your imagination. And once you get there, you can do almost anything you want. How would you like to throw snowballs in the middle of summer? Or how would you like to drive a big bus down Fifth Avenue? Or how would you like to be the Statue of Liberty in the morning and fly south with a flock of geese in the afternoon? It's simple, really. All you have to do is try. Would you like to try?
Yes.
Also, now let's see. Let's start with something simple. How about a monkey in the zoo?
I'd like to, Mr. Kringle, but I don't know how.
It's simple. Here, just bend over in the waist. There you go. Now cup your hands in like this. And just let your arms swing. There you go. Now take your hand, reach up under your armpit, just tickle yourself there. There you go. Now, take your tongue and put it between your teeth and your lip like this.
Is this right?
That's right. Now just tickle yourself and chatter.
Boy, I wish Mr. Shelby would call. I'm not like Chris's influence. Not even the one he misses.
Chris is just what the doctor ordered for a far too serious 6-year-old. You ought to have him up to dinner often.
No, thank you.
Neil, so Kringle, the round table. I would like you to touch my magic wand.
Oh, please, Queen Susan, do not bring the big invisible with the evil touch of your magic wand.
Oh, Susan, it's time to stop now.
Mom, that was just about tonight.
We were just having a lesson in imagination.
Oh, how nice.
Yes, that is nice, but it's time for bed. Oh, that must be Mr. Shellhammer.
Chris? Where are you staying?
Well, I am temporarily staying with my friend Jim, the zookeeper. But I'm afraid I may be wearing out my welcome and we need to find another place.
Well, in that case, I would love to have an extra couch. I would be delighted if you'd stay with me.
Oh, thank you, friend. That would be wonderful.
Thank you.
Well, that was Mr. Shellhammer, and he would like to know if you'd like to stay with him, Chris. His apartment's right next door, so it would be very convenient.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Mrs. Walker. I have just accepted Mr. Gailey's invitation to stay with him.
Mr. Gaylord. I see.
Good night, Chris. Thanks for the lesson.
Good night, Susan.
Yes, good night, Susan.
Good night, Susan.
Well, I will call Mr. Shellhammer back and let him know you have a place to stay.
And you know, Chris, I'm glad to have you. Because now I figure out something I've always wanted to know.
No, what's that, Frank? No.
And does Santa Claus sleep with his whiskers in or out of the windows?
Always small enough. Oh, that makes him grow.
It's
I guess so. Little did I know when I saw Chris standing at that great float, be picking out the man to revitalize the entire merchandising system.
That was you.
Why do you think it is? That makes me something in a little spirit that will need the welfare of the public. How does that make people feel? Huh? Now, if you don't have the customer once, send more to Macy's.
Your most responsive kind. This Macy's attitude has swept all of Manhattan and most of New York. This new idea, old as the Christmas spirit itself, has completely changed our holiday season. And imagine, all because of a man by the name of Chris Kringle.
Susan?
I really don't have anything I want. This I just know you do.
Well, now it doesn't seem right that a little girl like you doesn't want something. Every girl wants something.
Well, I only have one wish, and it's a big one.
Oh, what is it?
A house. A real one. Not a toy one. Where Logan and I can live.
It's a mighty tall order, but I'll see what I can do.
Living in an apartment is not much fun. And I also have a real big yard. The trees can swing in it. So I can go out and play anytime I want. Instead of having to wait for someone to take me out such a far.
I see.
Look, here's what it looks like. Here's the living room with the fireplace, and here's my bedroom where we live in the big backyard. And here's the big backyard.
You know, Susan, every child can't get every wish, but that doesn't mean listen to Santa Claus. A lot of kids wish for things that they can't use even if they get them. Lots of little boys ask for real locomotives, for example. Why they couldn't even fit them in their house. And little girls will ask for a baby brother or a baby sister, even though their parents do not be able to care for them properly. You know, Susan, sometimes it's best to just keep on wishing. Because then when you finally do get your wish, you'll really appreciate it.
I can see you're right in certain cases, but I've been wishing for this house a long time, Mr. Kringle. And I'll really appreciate it if I get it.
Yeah. I better be going. I have a lot of work to do.
Well, if you're really Santa Claus, you'll get it for me.
Come on now, miss. It's time for your studies.
Bobby, do you think Mr. Kringle will do me my wish?
I'm sure he'll try.
Well, if he doesn't, then it's just a nice name to life here that Mother says.
Chris, between me and you, I've been in love with Doris for quite some time now, but she just isn't interested. Her whole life is centered around her career and her daughter, to the complete exclusion of any normal social activities.
Yes, that's what's happening to thousands and thousands of people all over the world.
You're probably right. You ready to go?
There must be something to do about it, but I don't know what.
You're right, but I certainly don't know what.
Ask Doris to dinner tonight.
What?
Ask Doris to dinner tonight.
Oh, I'd love to, but I know she'll refuse me. Mrs. Walker will be much too busy as usual. She'll just tell me that her dinner is going to be a sandwich and coffee at her desk.
So, she's too busy to go out with you, huh? Well, you want me to ask her?
Oh, it's no use. I've talked myself worse.
Maybe this time things will be different. You just go on and ask her. I'll be down at the locker room finishing changing, and I'll catch up with you later.
Okay. Knock knock. Oh, I'm just waiting on Chris to change. I'm walking home.
Oh, so thank you for watching after Chris.
I think Susan's enjoying the new friend.
Yes, I think so too.
Say, Doris, would you like to go out to dinner with me tonight?
Just us?
Yes.
I'd really like to, but I had so much work to do, and I can only be a sandwich and coffee. Oh, I'd really like to.
It's alright, Doris. I know you're busy. Maybe some other time. I better go see what's taking Chris so long. Oh, hello, Miss Adams.
Hello, Mr. Haley.
Is Mr. Kringle with you?
No, I believe he left already. I saw him hurrying away some time ago with disappearance. Are you sure, Miss Adams?
He was supposed to walk home with me.
I believe he took the service elevator out the building. I'll call the porter. Perhaps he's seen it.
How strange.
Miss Adams, we can't get out of our sight.
I don't get it.
Mr. Blackwell. Hello, Doris. Have you seen Chris? I see. Thank you. Yes, I've seen him. Oh, no. What will do? Thank you for the letter. Santa Claus is okay. I can see he's there. I'm sorry. Is there any place I can call? Did I do something wrong? Unfortunately.
No answer at my apartment. Miss Adams, you call the police station and the hospitals and ask for Mr. Kringle. Doris, we should go by Maplewood Home. Maybe he went there. Or maybe his friend Jim, the zookeeper. Maybe he went there.
Okay, thank you, Chloe. She wants to see me.
Let's go look for him.
Oh, man, the white beard.
So, corner in the
Oh, no, you don't understand. He knew her name was Mr. Kringle.
Yes, of course, dear. How sweet to see someone still thinks of Santa Claus at that age.
No, I don't understand, please.
Ho, ho,
He went to the zoo. Perhaps he got in an accident or lost.
Doris, I'm frankly amazed at you.
Why?
The efficient business-like Mrs. Walker getting so upset about an eccentric old man.
Well, he's more than a cynical man, Fred.
I know. If anything happened to him, the world would never be the same.
It's gone.
What is it?
My favorite rose is the heirloom my father gave me.
Maybe we can go back and look for it.
No, we've been too many places. I just know I'll never see it again.
It's okay, we can find it.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just know that I'm going to do without you today.
Well, I guess a man can come in handy once in a while. I'm just glad I could be here to help.
You are more than helpful, son. I'm more than grateful. Well, good night, Fred.
Good night, Doris. What the? Oh, hello, Fred. What happened? What happened? We nearly went crazy. That's what happened. We've been running all over town looking for you. And you mean to tell me you've been here this entire time? And you didn't even answer the phone.
Did you have a good time?
Well, yes. In a way.
That's exactly what I thought would happen. Try that again sometime.
No, absolutely not. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You had that girl worried sick. I'm gonna go and tell her what a fiend you are before she spends another sleepless night.
Yes, by all means. You go and tell her.
Ho, ho, ho. Doris,
Oh, Fred, what brings you here?
I'm afraid Mr. Kringle's pulled the fast one on us. He's been in my apartment the entire time.
Christine, listen. Good night, Mr. King.
Good night.
Be very
just thinks we're two nice people and we should spend more time together. Bet the old man's peeping in the window right now.
Well, in that case, then you better stay and have a sandwich with me.
Well, yes. I'd like that. But I won't stay long though. I know you have to work in the morning.
Oh, no, I wouldn't worry about that. I mean, I can always work.
It's okay. The Uncle Fred's here. It's alright. Hey, it's okay. Everything's just as it should be. Just remember that dreams tonight. Think you go back to bed now? Good night. Good night, Doris.
Gentlemen, two steps to the right. Shake hands. Big smile. Smile, Mr. Macy.
Let's go take this picture, Macy. Have a look.
Great, you look so great.
How's the wife, Gimble? You got 3 grandchildren now, don't you?
Hi. Yes, sir. Beautiful grandkids.
Well, it's going to be a swell Christmas.
Yes, please.
Mrs. Walker, isn't it a miracle? Indeed, I never thought I'd live to see.
Hello, Doris. Miss Adams.
Mr. Spring, an appreciation of the spirit which you have brought not only to Macy, but to the entire city of New York as well. We'd like to present this boy's check to you.
I'll hear to it.
What do you intend to do with all this money?
Well, I'm going to make this a particularly happy Christmas for one of my dear friends. She's a doctor, and I'm going to give her an x-ray machine.
Isn't that wonderful?
Wow, Mr. Kringle, that's going to be quite expensive.
Well, let me handle it for you. We'll get it for you wholesale.
Come on, gentlemen, follow me this way.
What did it cost?
Doris, I have a little presentation myself. See, on the way over here, I saw the Cartiers who sent me to Tiffany's, and look what I found.
Oh, Fred, that's beautiful. Thank you. Oh, Fred. Oh, Mr. Shelley.
I'm a sorceress from the one road. You are the evil dragon leader.
Chloe, I have to attend a lecture for personnel heads. I'm chairman of the committee. Here's the invitation of where I'll be at the meeting. Let Susan and her friends play as long as they want. Yes, Mrs. Goodbye, children.
Goodbye, Mrs. Walker.
Where did Miss Walker go?
Oh, she had to go to one of the many meetings. Here's the invitation. Personal Center, Neighborhood Center Auditorium. Speaker, Mr. Albert Sawyer. Subject, exploding myth of Santa Claus. Oh, dear.
Exploding the myth of Santa Claus? We'll see about that.
Mr. Kringle, please don't go. They probably won't let you in anyway. Bye, Mr. Kringle.
Pleasure to introduce Mr. Albert Sawyer.
Thank you, Mr. Walker. Seems Children's Theater is giving their Christmas production on the stage. Hardly seems appropriate for a lecture of this sort. But the scenery cannot be changed between performances. The symbolic figure of Santa Claus, St. Nicholas, or Kris Kringle represents a classic expression of the wishful dreaming of all children. He is the omnipotent giver, the generous father. Materials who seek to perpetuate this myth reveal themselves as incomplete and neurotic personalities. People often wish to act as Santa in order to compensate for strong feelings of guilt. Fathers who feel guilty toward their children shower them with gifts. Wealthy men who act as Santa are simply covering feelings of guilt about the money they make. Far from doing good in this world, this vicious myth has done more harm than opium. Now see here! I am giving a lecture, Mr. Kringle.
This is a public forum, I believe. I have a right to be heard, and I know of no one better than myself to answer your absurd remarks.
The lecture will take place after.
Very well.
As I was saying, the vast array of men who played the Claus Santa men, far from doing opium in this world, have done more harm than myth.
How many fingers am I holding up?
Miss Walker! I refuse to continue until this old jackanapes is removed from my platform!
Mr. Kringle, be reasonable.
I am being reasonable, but I do not intend to stand here and listen to this hogwash that Mr. Sawyer is spouting, and until I get this straightened out, I will not move 1 inch.
Woman, what's the matter?
Mr. Sawyer.
Jackanapes and I
Don't threaten me with that cane! Get off my platform! You hit me.
I wish I had.
Look here, Miss Walker. You insist on defending this dangerous maniac that should call the police at once.
No, please, no. You can't do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the lecture is terminated.
Go!
Oh,
Mr. Sawyer, you can't. Mr. Please.
very well. Shall not call the police now, but I will see you in your office and we will decide on a course of action. Society has ways of dealing with such people.
I can't believe it. I just can't believe it.
It's inconceivable. Just like they will find out Macy Santa's a nut.
Oh, it can't be enough.
Well,
You saw me try to kill me!
Sorry to exaggerate.
Doris, how would you let this happen?
Mr. Sawyer exaggerates. Chris appeared at the lecture was unfortunate, but he did nothing violent.
Kringle is dynamite and you are responsible. You hired him. You knew about this delusion. The problem is what to do about this maniac.
Oh, look at it. Maniac. Oh, I don't believe it. He's such a kind old man.
Evidently, he suffered some sudden change. He's in a violent phase.
Dr. Pierce said all is necessary for someone who watched over Kringle after business hours.
Dr. Pierce is not a psychiatrist.
Neither are you.
Well, the very least it should be done is having an examined by competent psychiatrist.
No. I can't allow that to happen. He's been examined by dozens of those examiners, and he's passed them all the time.
Doris, there's no harm in it.
I won't
If
allow
they
it.
agree with Dr. Pierce's assessment that Chris is fine, he can come back.
And if they don't, you've certainly done the right thing. The problem is how to get him out of the store without creating another incident. Mr. Shellhammer, we will require your assistance. I'm sure I know a way we can deal with this in the most professional and equitable manner. Follow me.
Football moment. What is your favorite team? Oh, you run along now.
Excuse me, Chris. Would you mind going to City Hall to take a picture with Mayor LaGuardia?
Oh, no. I'd be delighted to meet with His Honor, but I'm afraid I have a meeting with Mr. Macy at 5 o'clock.
You'll be back in plenty of time. Mrs. Walker has a car waiting for you outside.
Oh, I'll just be a minute then.
We'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early.
Well, hello. How are you?
Good, yourself?
I'm fine.
Where's your sir?
Bellevue.
Not this way, so call me, please.
Bellevue, does Mrs. Walker know about this?
Of course she does. She arranged the whole thing.
But where did he take it? I mean, he's gone far too long.
All I know is Sawyer arranged for the exam and that he and Chris left in the car.
I just got a call from the psychopathic ward at Bellevue.
Bellevue?
What's going on here? What's happening? They told me to bring Mr. Kringle's toilet article down at once. They said he wouldn't be in street clothes for a while.
So that's where he took him. I have no idea.
What's going on here?
Mr. Sawyer made all kinds of threats. I had no choice but to consent to the psychiatric examination. He was too smart to mention boundaries.
But why did you let them take him anywhere?
Last night? How could I ignore last night, Fred? Suppose we would call the police.
I got it. They want to speak to me in person at the hospital. I'll talk to you later, Doris.
Let's try this again.
Mr. Kringle, who was the first president of the United States?
Abraham Lincoln.
And how much is 3 times 5?
658.
What is the word prosecute?
Nothing.
Mr. Kringle, how many fingers am I holding up?
I don't care.
But sir!
Boom!
Go in there!
This is a lot of nonsense. I demand its immediate release.
Thank God. Are you okay? I'll have you out here in no time, buddy.
I don't want to be released.
What?
I thought Doris was beginning to believe in me. But that's how sane people act, and I just as soon stay in here with the others.
Doris had no idea what Sawyer was up to. She thought he was going to take you to a private doctor.
Well, why didn't she come to me herself and explain the whole thing?
She didn't want to hurt you, Chris.
No, she was having doubts. Well, if they had brought you here, she would have been furious.
Why should they have doubts? Doris hasn't believed in anything in years. You're not giving her a fair chance, Chris.
No, it's not just Doris, it's men like Sawyer. He's dishonest, and he's vicious, and he's selfish. And yet he's called normal, and I'm not. Well, if that's what being normal is, then I'd rather stay here.
But you can't think of just yourself. What happens to you matters to a lot of people. People like me, who believe in you and what you stand for. And people like Susan, who are just beginning to. You can't quit now, Chris. Don't you see?
You're right. You're right at that.
Of course I am.
Maybe I should be ashamed of myself. And I am. Fred, get me out of here. We may not win, but we'll go down without a fight.
Now you're talking. I'll have you out of here in no time. Who's the doctor in charge here?
I am. I'm Dr. Rogers. Take Mr. Kringle to his room.
No, wait.
Mr.
Please.
Kringle will be cared for very gently. Please don't concern yourself. How may I help you?
Dr. Rogers, this has been a terrible mistake. This man must be allowed to leave. Please, this whole procedure...
I'm sorry, I cannot agree with you. Every interview, every mental competency test led to the same conclusion. Mr. Kringle's mind is far from normal.
Dr. Rogers, I think Mr. Kringle's giving me the wrong answers and failed the test deliberately. Please, you must allow him to leave. I promised him his freedom.
I'm sorry. On the basis of these reports, you have to file immediate commitment papers. The state prohibits me from releasing Mr. Kringle.
Don't you worry, Chris. It'll be okay.
Mr. Mayor,
You're talking nonsense. You better get this case dropped.
My considered opinion and my experience as a psychologist tell me that this Mr. Kringle is a threat to society and himself.
You don't succeed in getting Mr. Kringle released immediately. You will be without a job. Your career at Macy's will end. And without a Christmas bonus.
Yes, Mr. Wilson. I'll listen to Mr. Mayor right away.
Tomorrow from State General Goldstein's office to see his honor. Okay.
Good day, Your Honor. I hope you're well.
Hi. Okay. Just trying to decide what's going on here. Okay.
Just a few routine commitment papers, Your Honor. It's a lunacy report. I checked it all out. It's from Bellevue Hospital.
Bellevue. Hey, an old man, is it?
A very old man, Your Honor.
I suppose I have a read up there.
Yeah, you can take my word for it, Judge. It's a cut and dried consent proceeding. The guy calls himself Chris Kringle. He thinks he's Santa Claus.
Uh-oh. Where's the alien see him? What does he want? He's an attorney. It's about that Kringle case.
Show man.
You said this was fun.
So I did.
Your Honor, I represent Mr. Kringle on the subject of those papers. In my opinion, my client be railroaded, and I request a proper procedure which I can bring witnesses.
This is the first I do of any process.
Your Honor may sign them if you wish, but I should bring a habeas corpus in the morning.
That would not be necessary. We'll have a hearing, 10 o'clock on Monday morning.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to drop the whole case right now. Oh, it's too late. Chris Gringo's been committed to a city hospital. Has to go through the regular routine now. But isn't there anything we can do? Not a thing. Well, there's a hearing Monday morning. Public hearing? Yes. That's Mr. Kringle's lawyer. His lawyer? It's nothing to worry about. This Gailey's just a young punk lawyer trying to get himself some free publicity. Listen. Mr. Gailey, I'm Sawyer, Albert Sawyer, RH Macy's representative.
So you're Sawyer.
Yes, sir. We at Macy's are very anxious to avoid any publicity. If you cooperate, I'm sure Mr. Macy will find some very generous way of showing his appreciation.
Mr. Sawyer, Mr. Macy has nothing to do with this at all. But I am glad you mentioned that publicity idea. I'm going to need all the public opinion I can get. Much obliged, Mr. Sawyer.
These are strange times. Chris Kringle, the little Santa Claus who alone is responsible for the wave of goodwill which has swept this city and most of the country, is under attack. Ladies and gentlemen, this simple, kindly old man will face Judge Henry X. Harper Monday morning under charges of none other than lunacy. If spreading the Christmas spirit is insane, then these indeed are strange times.
Listen to that, Charlie. Monday on the radio, we're going to go.
Not pretty at all, Henry. What kind of tired? I think you ought to take a few weeks off.
Nonsense. I've never felt that.
Go fishing. Go hunting. Go anywhere.
Why should I?
Because this case is dynamite. Let some other judge handle it who isn't coming up for re-election in the spring.
I do not see why you're so upset. I mean, what's the problem with being able to get publicity?
Good? It's terrible. You're a regular Pontius Pilate before you start. You'll be every little kid's villain, and the parents will hate you too.
Nonsense.
No arguments.
Hang on, Charlie. I gotta think about my grandkid.
Quickly now. Goodness me. I promised your mother you'd be in bed by 8.
Oh, dear. Wait a minute. Where's my body going to treat your grandmother?
I don't blame him, Henry. Any man who puts Santa Claus on top for lunacy, well,
You see what I mean?
All rise. The Honorable Judge Henry X. Harper presiding. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. All persons having business with the special term part 3 of the Supreme Court held in and for the County of New York, draw now and give your attendance, and ye shall be heard.
Mr. Mayor, yes, Your Honor. The lunacy report has been submitted as evidence. Your Honor, I would like to call my first witness. Would Chris Kringle please take the stand?
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give before this court is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God? I do. Good morning, Your Honor.
Would you please state your name for the court?
Chris Kringle.
And where do you live, Mr. Kringle?
Well, I guess that's what this hearing will decide.
Do you believe that you are?
I do.
The state rests your honor. Mr. Gailey, would you like to cross-examine the witness? I believe you have been put in place any cause, perhaps you didn't understand the question.
Oh, I understood the question perfectly, Your Honor.
In that case, we still wish to present
I do, Your Honor. The state declares this man to not be sane because he believes himself to be Santa Claus.
I'm afraid that's entirely reasonable.
It would be, Your Honor. if you or I or even Mr. Marin here believed that we were Santa Claus.
Anyone who believes he's Santa Claus must be insane.
Not necessarily. You believe yourself to be Judge Harper, and no one questions your sanity, Your Honor, because you are Judge Harper.
I know all about myself, young man. Mr. Kringle was the subject of offense. You still believe that you can prove him to be sane?
I do. If Mr. Kringle believes himself to be the man he is, just as you do, then he is just as sane.
Well, of course, but he is.
Oh, but he is, Your Honor.
What?
I intend to prove that Mr. Kringle is Santa Claus.
That young lawyer must be off his rocker.
Here's the tale of how about but this time tomorrow. Don't be so sure, Miss Slutty Pants.
The old guy really thinks he's Santa.
Well, this is that case. Might I suggest you ladies mind your manners?
Public sympathy is obviously behind Mr. Kringle. It won't be easy, but we have a chance.
It's a little law firm.
Old Hayslip, the senior member of the firm, called me into his office this afternoon. He said he couldn't have some junior partner making a public spectacle of himself trying to prove that some prank is Santa Claus. Unless I drop the case, he'll be forced to drop me.
Well, we'll just have to give it up.
I can't do that now, Doris. Chris needs me. I can't let the old man down.
You can't give up your job either.
As a matter of fact, I already had. I told old Hayslip I had no intention of dropping the case, and that was that.
But how can you be so quixotic? We can't go giving up our job for any sentimental reason. Look, I love and respect you, but when you do a crazy thing like this, well, I'm much more reliable than that, not a stargazer.
I guess I am a stargazer. But I'm a darn good lawyer, too. I'll make out all right.
I doubt it. I doubt you'll be able to get it.
So it all boils down to this. You don't have any faith in
Well, of
me.
course I do.
No, not really. You don't believe in anything unless you've got proof.
Common sense, that's all.
Yeah, faith is believing in something when common sense tells you not to. And you've just got too much common sense.
Yes, well, it's like a good thing.
Can't you get over being afraid? Can't you let yourself believe in people like Chris? And fun, and joy, and love, and all other intangibles?
You cannot pay the rent with intangibles.
And you can't live life without them. At least I can't. You know, I thought Chris would change you, Doris. I thought you'd be ready to string along with me, but I guess you're not. We don't even speak the same language, do we? It's just no go or nothing at all.
No, it's not.
So there's no use even talking, now is there?
You know, with all my silly common sense, I actually thought it was going to work this time.
So did I. Good night, Doris.
Look, Your Honor, I don't care what you do with a whisker puss out there. You may have to officially rule there is no Santa Claus. You might as well start looking for that chicken farm right now. We can't even put you up for the primaries.
But how can I say this is Santa Claus, Charlie? I'm a responsible judge. If I do, they'll have me get thrown. I'll be on trial for insanity. Unless something miraculous happens, I will have to accept the insanity report. And I'm going to have to have you man committed.
Do you know how many millions of dollars of toys are made each year? Toys that wouldn't be sold if it wasn't for Santa Claus? Have you ever heard of the National Association of Manufacturers? How do you think they'll like it really? And the men they employ to make those toys? Union men, and the department stores, the candy companies, the Christmas card makers, and the Salvation Army? They've got to sell on every corner. And it's almost Christmas Eve, Henry. You're going to be an awful popular fellow, Henry. I'm telling you, if you rule there's no Santa Claus, you can count on getting just 2 votes. Yours and that fellow Marin's.
Oh. America Republican. may proceed, Mr. Daly.
Thank you, Your Honor. State your name, please.
R.H. Macy.
Are you the owner of one of the largest department stores in New York City?
The largest.
Will you identify your employee, Mr. Pringle? Do you believe him to be sane?
Yes.
Do you believe him to be truthful?
Yes.
Mr. Macy, you are under oath. Do you honestly believe that this man is Santa Claus?
Yes.
That will be all, Mr. Macy. Thank you.
You did very well, Mr. Macy.
Thank you.
Call Dr. Pierce to the stand.
Behavior psychologist. So you're not fine. No hops. No.
Will you state your name and place of employment, please?
My name is Dr. Monica Pierce. I'm a physician at the Maplewood Home for the Aged. I have known Chris for many years.
Do you believe him to be Santa Claus?
I do.
Dr. Pierce, have you any scientific or rational reason for this opinion?
Yes, I have.
Dr. Pierce, did you express a Christmas wish to Chris several weeks ago?
Yes.
What was it?
An X-ray machine for the home.
Did you express this wish to anyone else?
Oh no, it was too fantastic. X-ray equipment is very expensive.
What exactly arrived at the Maplewood home the day before today?
The X-ray machine.
Where did it come from?
Well, the card said Merry Christmas from Chris Kringle.
Do you know of any other possible donors?
No.
What do you conclude from this?
Well, I told myself when I made my wish, if I really get this X-ray machine, I would know he was Santa Claus. It came, so yes, I do believe.
Thank you, Dr. Pierce. That would be all. Call Jim Zonefeld to the stand. You are the zookeeper in charge of the reindeer, is this correct?
Yes, sir. Chris has an uncanny way with reindeer. They walk right up to Chris and eat out of his hand.
I object to this whole line of testimony. Mr. Daly is making a circus of this course. There's no such person as Santa Claus and everybody knows it.
Not quite everyone, Mr. Scorpion.
Now you'll have this courtroom. Here. You.
So sorry, Your Honor. Please continue.
Your Honor, can Mr. Mayor offer any proof that there is no Santa Claus?
No, I cannot. And I don't intend to. This is a New York State Supreme Court, not a nursery. We are wasting the court's time with all this childish nonsense. Therefore, asking for immediate ruling, Your Honor. Is there or is there not a Santa Claus?
The question of Santa Claus is by and large a matter of opinion. Many people firmly believe him, many others do not. The tradition of American justice system demands a broad and unprejudiced mind. This court will hear evidence from our side.
Can you produce such evidence?
Again, call Mr. Thomas Amera to the stand.
Who? Me?
Mr. Thomas Amera, Jr. Do you believe in Santa Claus, Tommy?
Sort he gave me a new sled last year.
What does Santa Claus look like, Tommy?
There it is, sitting right here.
I protest!
Why are you so sure that there is a Santa Claus, Tommy?
But my daddy told me so.
And you believe your daddy, don't you? He's a truthful man.
Sure, but I had one to my thing now, so.
I believe you, Tommy. Thank you.
Don't forget a real official football night.
You shall have it, Tommy.
Your Honor, the state of New York concedes the existence of Santa Claus. This court concurs. Thus, having so conceded, Your Honor, I ask Mr. Daly to cease presenting personal opinion as evidence. The state can bring forth hundreds of witnesses with the exact opposite opinion. I therefore ask Mr. Daly to now submit authoritative proof that Chris Kringle is the one and only Santa Claus.
I'm afraid not, Mr. Green. Mr. Daly, are you on competent authority ready to show that Mr. Kringle is Santa?
I'm not prepared to do so at this time, Your Honor. I request an adjournment.
This court stands adjourned until tomorrow at 3.
It seems like we're all coming over tonight.
No, sweetheart, it's for business class.
And Uncle Fred isn't either, is he? They haven't been here for so long.
Susan, I'm afraid Mr. Kringle may never be able to come here again.
Why not?
Well, it's because he says he's Santa Claus.
But he is saying whether I'm real or he is.
No, Susan, some people don't believe that, and so they're having a sort of trial over it.
But he must be Santa. I gave him a wish for him and making Uncle Fred. He wasn't supporting me. Nobody here thinks he can accept Santa.
I think you may be right.
Is Mr. Kringle happy?
Yes, I'm afraid he is.
So I've written him a letter to cheer him up.
Mr. Kringle, New York County Courthouse. May I read it? You really believe it, don't you?
Oh, little man, she does. Thanks, Mommy.
Chris, I believe in you too. Hey, Alice. Here's 2 more. Every year it's the same thing. What a mess. What do we do with all this mail?
Yeah, I know. It is a good one. I've seen him write the Santa Claus at the North Pole, the South Pole, the other postmaster, and every other way. But this kid writes to Mr. Kringle, New York County Courthouse. Special delivery, too. Can you believe that?
Sure, the kid's right. That's where he is too, the guy down there, this Kringle guy. He claims he's Santa Claus, and the DA claims he's nuts.
You mean there's really a guy who thinks he might be Santa Claus?
A lot of people think so.
Well, what's the matter with you, Lou? You ain't very bright or something? This Kringle guy's the answer to our prayers.
You mean,
Yeah.
jeez, why didn't I think of that?
Dear Mr. Kringle, I miss you very much, and I hope I will see you soon. I know everything will come out all right. I believe you are Santa Claus, and I never believed in Santa Claus before. I hope you're not sad. Here's truly, Susan Walker.
Chris! I've been trying to obtain competent authority. I've wired Mayor LaGuardia and Governor Dewey and all other officials. No one will respond.
You better hurry, Fred, because in a couple of hours I start my annual ride over the rooftops. Or else. All right!
You may proceed, Mr. Mayor.
Your Honor, I have reports from various state institutions and mental hospitals. One has 4 men who think that they're Napoleon. 2 think that they're the singer Caruso, and yet there's 1 man who thinks he is Tarzan. It is obviously clear that delusions like Chris Kringle are not all that uncommon.
Mr. Daly, can we get further?
I have, Your Honor. It concerns the Post Office Department, a federal agency of the United States government. The Post Office Department was created July 26, 1776 by the Second Continental Congress. The Post Office Department is currently one of the largest business organizations in the world. Last year, it did a gross profit of $1,112,376,400.48. Last year alone, it did a net profit of $52,350,476.78.
It is indeed gratifying to know that our post office is doing so nicely, but it hardly has any bearings on this case.
It has a great deal of bearings, Your Honor, if I may be allowed to proceed.
By all means.
The figures I have quoted represent an officially run organization. Moreover, it has been a federal branch of the United States government since 22 days after the Declaration of Independence. Furthermore, U.S. postal laws and regulations make it a federal offense to deliver mail to the wrong party.
Your Honor, the state of New York is second to none in its admiration of the post office. We are ready to concede that it's the most authoritative and efficient organization.
For the record?
Yes, for the record, anything to get on with this trial.
Your Honor, I have here 3 letters. You may mark them exhibits A, B, and C. These letters were delivered just today to Mr. Kringle in this building. I submit that this shows that a federal competent authority recognizes Mr. Kringle as the one and only Santa Claus.
3 letters are hardly any sort of proof.
Your Honor, I have more letters, but I hesitate to produce
Just
them.
bring them in here, man. Put them right here on the table.
But, Your Honor,
I said, put them right here. Yes, we all like to see them, I'm sure.
Your Honor, every one of these is simply addressed to Santa Claus.
The United States of America will exist and Santa Claus. This court will not dispute. Case dismissed.
Here you are. I never let you pull it off. That letter back was clever.
Well, it wasn't just letters. You gotta believe that guy daily. You only believe in letters. That's how you said, everybody else believes it.
Congratulations, Mr. Bailey. Can we get a picture of you?
Sure.
Where's Pinka?
It's 5 p.m. on Christmas Eve. He doesn't have time to waste in this courtroom. I'm fixing up a reindeer right now.
It's about time too. Just get ready to snow.
That's right.
Congratulations, Bailey. I have to admit, I'm kind of glad about how it all turned out.
Me too. Oh, hey, don't forget about Kringle's promise to Tony.
Good Lord, I have to go get that football helmet.
Listen, Susan, I was wrong. I was wrong when I told you that. You have to believe in Chris.
But how can I believe him? Uncle Fred's not here and I didn't get my Christmas list, so how can I?
And just keep right on believing. You must have faith in him.
Faith?
Yes, Susan. Susan, faith is believing in things when common sense tells you not to. It's really easy to believe when everything's going okay, but real faith means believing rain or shine. Now you wrote Chris that letter, and you gave him the faith to believe in himself, and now he must believe in him too, darling.
Mommy!
Could that be on Christmas?
Uncle Fred!
Hey, oh. Hi, Doris. Merry Christmas.
Well, Fred, we didn't expect to see you.
Oh, I didn't mean to disturb you, but I just got a call from Chris, and he asked if I could bring you and Susan down to Maplewood home.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Well, he was very insistent, and he even gave me directions.
Oh, please, let's go, Mommy! I believe
Well, I'm sure I followed his directions correctly. He said to go to middle and turn, go straight and turn and go for what?
We must have taken a wrong turn.
Mom, I wore this to my house for a Christmas present, and it sounded like the picture I gave Mr. Radio.
Susan, where did you go?
Come back here. You can't go there.
Susan! I'm not believing in common sense. I can't believe I'm right.
Did you really tell Susan that?
Well, yes.
Guess everybody believes in Mr. Kringle.
I never really doubted in my heart. It was just my silly common sense.
Look, there's a big back door just like I asked for.
Susan.
It appears to be for sale. We can't let Chris and Susan down. How can we?
You know, Oh, it couldn't be it. It must have been left by people who lived here before.
Maybe. But then again, maybe I didn't do anything so wonderful at all.
Explain everything.
So
Come hither.
See them, Judge Maris, see them.
You sit.
We will not let them leave until you come.
Is to her on behalf of the entire class. We love you and we couldn't do it without you. We also want to thank the parents of all the children who are in this class. And thank you all for coming, because without you, there's no performance. And we appreciate your attendance. We had a wonderful time with this. It's a great message. And we're getting in the spirit early. Santa Claus actually delivered presents to all of the kids and stuff their stockings. And I appreciate everybody's hard work. I mean, that's what it is. We work together and we play together. And put on a show for you. So thank you for supporting us, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
They do work, and you guys can come out.
So, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Not coming up in?
I want the biggest happy smile like Venus versus Libra. That new Italian Maserati you wanted. It's just